Are you considering a move to Tuscaloosa, but you're worried about making the wrong choice? I get it. Moving to a new place can be overwhelming, and the fear of regretting your decision is real. But what if I told you that Tuscaloosa could be the perfect place for you and your family? In this video, I'll go over and hopefully ease your worries by showing you why Tuscaloosa is a fantastic place to call home. From the vibrant community to the excitement of Alabama football and countless family-friendly activities, I'll cover everything you need to know about making your move with confidence. Don't miss out on discovering how Tuscaloosa can offer you the welcoming and fulfilling lifestyle that you have been dreaming of. Welcome back. I'm Mary Harmon Young, and here I help you love and live in West Alabama. If you're planning a move to Tuscaloosa, you're in the right place. Let's dive right into the top 10 tips you need to relocate smoothly and successfully. Let's go over the local market here in the West Alabama area. So right now we are looking at statistics from April of 2024. And here's the thing, everything is looking great. The magic number appears to be about 23%. And what that means is that right now the sales in the month of April were up 24% compared to last year in 2023. Our average price point right now is about $250,000 that we're coming out of that data. In comparison, the number of homes we have on the market is up 23%. So nationwide inventory may be low, but here in Tuscaloosa and in Northport, ours is actually pretty strong and you have lots of options to choose from. Our days on the market's only about 42 days on the market. So yes, it is over a month. We're seeing a few that are selling super fast, but for the most part, everything is kind of just right there at about a month, a little bit longer. So you have time to really think about your options, sleep on something if you like it without it really worrying about selling out from underneath you. So right now it's a great time. We have, I think, very affordable compared to everything. If we do look at our median price point for this entire year of 2024, we are a little bit higher at an average of about $332,000. But here's the thing. If we look at what that looks like as a broken down thing, I still think they're a great affordability. So right now I have some properties that are actually pending. And I went back to look at what those buyers who happen to be moving here from other states are going to be paying. So here's the thing. One of them was about $325,000 is what they got under contract for. That's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. It has a great size fenced in backyard. We're only about 10 minutes to campus where he's going to be working. His taxes on that property are going to be $769 a year, which breaks down to about $65 a month. So very, very affordable. So as you look at relocating to Alabama and you're budgeting for your move, here's the thing. Overall, like I said, we're pretty cheap. If you look at your taxes, you're going to be spending anywhere from, let's say, $60 a month upwards. You know, even if we get into the $300,000 price point, you're about a little less than $100 a month on taxes. Northport and the county areas are going to be cheaper in property taxes. And these are homesteaded rates, which means it's your primary location that you are claiming for tax purposes. If you're a non-homesteaded rate, budget for about 35% higher. So if you're an investor looking or want a weekend home, whether it's here on Lake Tuscaloosa or at the University of Alabama, that is something to think about. Of course, you are welcome to pack everything up yourself and rent your U-Haul and come, or we have local movers that will actually help you pack your boxes and unpack them and move them for you. And I will be glad to give you a referral for some of those companies to get specific ideas of what that costs for you and your family. So are you wondering when is a good time for you to move to Alabama? Where there's lots of things you may want to think of. It is May right now and it is hot. We did get into the 90s yesterday, but 90s can actually be pretty nice compared to what our July and August looks like when it does hit those hundreds. So there's lots of things to consider when you're looking at the timing. Weather may be one of them, especially if you are carrying boxes and things like that. If you want to be here for lots of concerts, we see a lot of concerts in the month of May and then again in like the late fall. If you want to be here for football season, typically our first game is sometime at the end of August or the first week of September, and those go through November. So another thing to think about is like if you're coming for your job is when you need to start. If you're a professor, typically they like you to be on campus in August. And depending on how much time you want to have to get situated, you may be looking in July. Flip side of that is if you are a family, most of our schools start the first week of August. So if you want to be situated, you may be looking in June or July. Of course, you can move anytime throughout the year and the schools will accept you, but those are just things to start thinking about that you may not have had on your to-do list, is starting the first day of school for your kids for the easiest transition. As we're talking about schools, you may wonder where you want to live and which school zones are the right for you. Typically, our county school systems are going to be further out and they are going to have maybe a little bit smaller class sizes. And it's just going to be a little bit more of a commute to get to downtown. Our Tuscaloosa City Schools has a variety of specialty schools. We have the Tuscaloosa Magnet School. We have the Alberta School of Fine Arts. So those are ones that your kids can go to regardless of zoning. And then we also have just our regular zone schools. Our family lives in the Rock Quarry School zones, and which is the elementary, which will feed into the Northridge Middle and High School. And I can certainly tell you about our personal experience there. So maybe you just like the idea of Tuscaloosa, Northport, and West Alabama. You like all the community aspects. You love our athletic options, but you don't even know where to start looking for a job so that your dream of moving here can come true. Well, not only does the University of Alabama have lots of opportunities for jobs, whether it's from our beautiful landscaping, so we have the facilities crew, all the way up to professors and everything in between. We also have the Mercedes-Benz here, and they have about 32 different suppliers. So we're going to need everything from HR workers all the way up to people that actually work on the line to build all of the fancy cars and stuff that we see coming out of Mercedes. So we have lots of job opportunities here in the West Alabama area, and I would love to help kind of introduce you to some of the people I know at these various different industries to help make your dream of moving to Tuscaloosa come true. Here in West Alabama, we have the DCH Health System. So with the DCH Health System, we have 3 different locations of our major hospitals. We have the Tuscaloosa one, which is our trauma hospital, but also has our Manderson Cancer Center. Then in Northport, we have the Northport Hospital that also has an ER, but it is not considered a trauma center. And then out in Fayette, we have our third one, but we're also only about 40 minutes to the UAB Health System in Birmingham, as well as the Children's Hospital there that are very, very well respected and world renowned. So depending on what you're needing from a healthcare job, whether it's a job or actually needing the healthcare yourself, we have lots of options to connect you with state-of-the-art doctors all around West Alabama. I'm Mary Harmon Young. I am a local realtor here in the West Alabama area, born and raised in the shadows of Bryant-Denny Stadium. Been selling real estate now for about 14 years and would love to help you relocate here to the West Alabama area or just answer any questions that you might have. You can find all of my information here below and then find out more about my wonderful community, Tuscaloosa and West Alabama, on all the videos I have here on this YouTube channel. So a lot of people always wonder about the actual cost of living here in Tuscaloosa, and I went ahead and pulled up some numbers about the averages of our utility costs so that you can help budget for yourself and your family. So when we look at power, it is through kilowatts per hour that they are measuring. And here in the West Alabama area, we are seeing an average of about 11.74 cents per kilowatt hour. When I looked at what that is nationally, it's 16.10 cents. So we are cheaper from a national level for power. When we look at our gas, which is a company called Spire, we are at measuring therms, which is 1.33 therms. And nationally, that is 1.41 therms. So we are lower with our gas cost as well. And then I pulled up water, which is through the city of Tuscaloosa and the city of Northport, and actually manage their water specifically. And so on a monthly average, we are $31 per month for water usage for a residential home, which they are saying is about 1,800 square feet. And on a national average, that is $65 a month. So we are less than half on the water cost. We are lower both on power and on gas. So depending on what you're paying now, you can look up to compare and see, but I think we have a wonderful affordability for our utilities. Now, as far as setting them up, Alabama Power is our power company that we use really throughout the state. So you can go online to set up a new account and start your services. For water, you do have to have a copy of your deed and go in person to get that set up. Here in West Alabama, our natural gas company is called Spire, and they do allow you to start a new account online. So for the most part, we're pretty easy in getting it started up. One of the things that can be scary when you are looking at moving to a new area is getting involved and feeling like you belong. Well, the good thing about moving to Alabama is we are friendly and accepting. So, whether you are just walking around, you're going to find somebody that's going to talk to you, ask how your day is, tell you all about theirs, and really make you feel welcome. Some of the favorite things that our families likes doing, which we are always seeing and meeting new people at, is right now we are going through our Live at the Plaza that is offered through the city of Tuscaloosa. On Friday nights, they close the streets off, and down at Government Plaza have a band. They at the front have a little dancing section, which really becomes just the kids section where they provide lots of hula hoops, beach balls, so the kids are all throwing them to each other, and bubbles. And they also have face painting. There at the Lab at the Plaza, they have lots of food trucks. And then everybody comes just kind of with a blanket and with chairs and sits around and hangs out. And you really just kind of get to know the people sitting around you, and the kids have a blast. So that's our favorite thing to do right now. Tuscaloosa has a lot of great parks. We have Mason's Place, which is a handicap accessible playground for kids that our kids love. It is in the theme of the University of Alabama. And we are always going to birthday parties there and meeting lots of other families and kids. Of course, we are going to start having all of our football games coming back, where we will have the family-friendly tailgates at Government Plaza, as well as regular tailgates all over the quad where you can meet lots of other people. So depending on where you're coming from, you may be used to wonderful transportation that is throughout. And guess what? We really don't have that here in Alabama, especially here in Tuscaloosa. So we do offer some free transportation or buses that is offered through the city, but we really don't see those a ton. And I honestly don't have a ton of information that I know personally about it. But what we do have is a big circle, really known as Skyland, connects to McFarland and just makes a circle all through city of Tuscaloosa and city of Northport. Off of that, in the middle, we have 15th Street. And then on either side of the stadium, we have Paul Bear Bryant Drive and then University Boulevard. Downtown, the main thoroughfare is technically 69, which isn't our highway, but we call it Lurleen, right along the river. In the Riverwalk, we have Jack Warner Parkway, and then all of those connect right back to McFarland and connect right back to 69 and just make a circle around. So depending on where you are wanting to go within the city, it's pretty easy. It's easy to navigate. I think we have some traffic, but compared to what you're probably used to, it is nothing. Most of the time, I can get downtown in about 10 or 15 minutes. Even on game days, it takes me about, 20, 25 minutes. And that's when we have an extra 100,000 visitors in our city. So it's pretty easy to get around and easy to find your way around. So because of all of the international companies that we have here in West Alabama that were really brought both through the University of Alabama and Mercedes, we have a lot of cultural options for you. We just had a brand new bakery open that's Mia Casilla, that is a Mexican bakery, and I've heard that the tres leche cake is just incredible. We have Rolfs, which is a German restaurant here in town that makes all of their own kind of sausage and stuff. Depending on what local brewery you go to, you are going to be able to try all sorts of different kinds of beers and different kinds of drinks that are more of a international heritage than just your local stuff. As far as leisure goes, we have lots of opportunities for you to enjoy on your weekends and days off, whether it's watching the dragon boat races along the Black Warrior River and watching people get ready for different kind of triathlons and watching bike races all in downtown Tuscaloosa, to just enjoying a game, whether it's a softball game on campus or a football game, as well as enjoying Lake Tuscaloosa or Lake Lurleen, which is more of our non-motorized lake where people are just kind of doing paddleboard, fishing. We have everything and in between. And you know what? They're all really within about a 15-minute drive of each other. So lots of opportunities for you to enjoy the outdoors, as well as lots of different cultural aspects all around West Alabama. So I know I've given you a lot of different information and hopefully didn't overwhelm you too much, but I wanted to really share why Tuscaloosa may be the right place for you to call home. So that's why I've made an entire series of videos that goes deeper into each of these topics, whether you're looking for more information on neighborhoods or just information on campus life. So click on the video now and I'll see you over there.